Hi, my name is Jesse, and I want to talk about what crop circles are. Crop circles are designs that are created through a bird's eye view. Many people don't know what they are because they're unable to see them, so many of them go unnoticed and are uniquely in design. A justification for why crop circles exist is because people thought that when they first saw them, that it was rumored that farmers could make a good deal off of them, which led to a belief of them worshiping the devil. And when the farmers worshiped the devils, they thought that it would benefit them, especially in the winter when their crops would die off. They thought that with the symbols that they would be able to have a greater impact, and in the belief that they would get more out of it. And through that, people would think that it was an oath and was skepticized about whether or not it was real or not. But it's interesting because in the 1850s, America used to believe in witchcraft, and so it was a popular belief that because by making a deal with the devil, it would help you economically, and so it raged from that belief, which would also scare people because in those times people were afraid of what witchcraft was and the power of evil, and so many people would deny its existence and be afraid. In this picture, it is showing that the devil is mowing the lawn, which is the term the devil is mowing, and it symbolizes how the devil is at work with humans, and how we are able to with farmers, and how they're able to use these symbols as like a form of friendship and helpfulness. And this also symbolizes how the designs were to idolize the devil and worship him in all his glory. In recent times, people noticed that crop circles were designed by people unseen, and so it was a form of vandalism because farmers weren't able to make money off of the crop that were dying, and so they would also bring the police involved and would bring a lawsuit, and this led to vandalism because they were invading private property and destroying what could have been making them money. And so, as they were invading those private lands and the crop fields, it would damage their farm and wouldn't allow the farmers to bring crops and have a bashful farm to bring revenue into their crops and their fields and all their farmland. And it would affect them negatively because they wouldn't be able to sell as many goods as they would before, because many times they would have all the field and make more money, and if their crops are gone, and if they're gone, then they can't make as much money as they would hope. Why people believe that aliens are a missing link to the crop circles is because it's seen through a bird's eye view, and they're accurately designed geometrically and mathematically. And so with the circles, people believed in the higher being of creatures, and they extended from a large acres. And so if they extended from large acres, no one knew how they were created without being seen in the broad daylight, especially since they were cutting at a slow pace. So people believed that aliens were able to create this because they would be unseen and they were able to do it efficiently and at a faster rate. And so why people believed in aliens is because it was a higher being, and it would be more realistic to seek and understand why they exist and how they exist. And so, which believes into the being of that higher species, and not knowing what is beyond our limits, what's beyond within our reach. And many people speculate this as a hoax because there's no evidence that solidly proves that aliens are at work, and so many crop circles and researchers debunk this belief because there's not enough evidence to support it, but there's many believers who still believe to this day that it still exists and they're still at work because they still create them more accurately and spot on without using the measurements or any tools to show that they are created more equally. My conclusion is that even though many people believe that it's through the farmers' perspectives that's being denied, or the urban legends to scare people off, or even aliens, the existence of aliens. And I believe that crop circles are created when, with the traditional sprinklers, when they shoot water from the sky that throws up, and when it throws out the water, it evenly distributes the amount onto the fields, onto the crop fields, that produces those designs, because it spreads rapidly into those acres, and when it does, it creates the unique image that not only we can create, but is also seen through a bird's eye view. That explains why people don't understand how it's able to be created. But I also believe that it's also through the artists in the summer, when people are working off the clock, that artists are able to create the images without being seen, but also vandalizing the land, because with their designs to express themselves, to expand on that legacy of what countryside means to them. Thank you for your time.